Today's High Impact Instructional Strategy highlight focuses on a strategy called Selected Key Terms. The purpose of this strategy can be used for increasing students' total participation, building on their vocabulary, or used as formative assessment. Specifically, this strategy can be used in a variety of formats and environments. The Selected Key Terms strategy encourages students to be collaborative while building vocabulary as well as being creative. Today's teacher highlight is brought to you by Dana McLaurin. She's a secondary career and technical education educator focusing on her course, How Machines Work. And her bonus highlight shows great teacher clarity. First, we'd like to show you some examples of the student directions to help you get an idea of how this activity works. Teachers begin by identifying which key terms they want students to focus on, and they assign one to each student. You also can choose to have students work in small groups. The goal is to have students elaborate on their term and create an artifact that others will learn from. It can look a variety of different ways, whether it's handwritten, done via text, Google Docs, or even Jamboard. There's a lot of different ways that this strategy can be implemented. What is important as the teacher is to think about the different steps students will engage in. To get started in doing that, we'd like to go through some of the steps. So step one, once students are assigned their terms, they will need to review their terms. They have to start by providing a basic description, explanation, or definition. And this can be a pretty typical or commonly referenced definition of the term that they come up with. Step two is where students have to get a little more creative. They have to provide a description, an explanation, or an example of that key concept or term. At step three, students will construct a picture, a symbol, or a graphic to help represent their term. This is where students really get to stretch their creativity. It also helps to create visuals for other students to help them memorize and better understand and make connections to the term or concept. And then, as always, we encourage students to engage with their peers, elaborate, share, discuss, and build upon their ideas. And then for the final step, we request that students really think about their own level of understanding. Providing students with success criteria that differentiates different levels of understanding is a great way to get teachers a window into where students are in their learning around not only the term that they're assigned, but the terms in general. We're going to take a look at some video outcomes and teacher reflections from using the selected term strategy. And as always, you can get your own copy of this activity by scanning the QR code.
Well, I think it went really well with my students. I really liked how it allowed students who had different levels of learning to be able to all participate in the activities. Like even during my lesson as they were finishing up, I kind of highlighted some really good drawings of students. And I think that helped people go, oh, I kind of want to go look at what other people drew or what other people wrote. And then what I really like is the idea of maybe making it a routine, that you're going to constantly look at vocabulary and you're going to use the same tool or a new tool to look at vocabulary. But I think the students really liked the digital format of it. They really liked to be able to go through and just do it on their screen and access it at any time. I found students that maybe weren't on target with the class right away. They came back and added to their portfolio in their slide when they had more time. So just seeing the building up in the slides. So I really like that. And the idea would be that we can save it for the big unit test at the end. So I think that was really cool. And I think students will actually go back and use that as flashcards. So I'm excited to see that.